What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan Snaadt. It rhymes with odd, and you're listening to Rhymes with Odd. Today, we're jumping in the podcast with another amazing guest. The cool thing about this is that when you spend 12 hours a day tattooing people, like 6-ish days a week,
yeah,
you either get really good at tattooing or you'd probably burn out. And Jesse, our guest today, is somebody that has still stayed in the industry all these years and is still cranking away at it. He's an artist that's been doing this for many years. He's actually worked on me personally, I think over 50 hours between my sleeve and all the stuff that I have. So I've gotten to know Jesse pretty well, just from
12 hours in a day.
So we're sitting and talking quite a bit. We'll talk a little bit about kind of the cool process of your journey, of your career, how you kind of run out of trophy space on your trophy shelf from all the conventions and the awards that you've won. All the fun things that you've learned in the industry, and talking about how you've grown like an art-centric business and how the industry's continuing to boom. So, Jesse, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Well, we got a little bourbon here tonight. It's a late night one for me, so we have to.
I was surprised that you were wanting to come this late.
Yeah. It was funny. I was telling Paige, my wife, I'm like, you're on kid duty tonight, and she's just like, you never work late. I'm like, Jesse's here, and she's like, oh, okay, he's probably working on. She's like, I'm surprised he got in as early as he did. So if he's working on people like you, so one of the first questions I wanted to ask you before we jump into everything. Obviously, you've been in tattooing for how many years now?
It'll be, how old am I? Almost 37. 16 years this year.
Sure. So pretty much your whole professional career.
Yeah,
for the most part.
And it's crazy to think like almost half my life is tattooing. Sure.
No, I totally believe it. When I was doing some research before the show, because I was asking Evan, who's my editor, and he's also got a bunch of tattoos. I'm like, I feel like most people have them now. So I did look this up. The statistic is 41% of Americans that are 18 to 30 have at least one tattoo. So I was going to ask you, from your perspective, why do you think tattoos have become so popular over all these years?
Mainstream media, especially like Ink Masters, all the TV shows. Back then, it was like you said, very taboo. Like, oh my God, you have a tattoo. And then now you see it on TV. And that when people see something on TV, oh, it's really not that bad. And they go get one, like the Ink Masters, the tattoo school, stuff like that. And they're like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. If they can put it on TV, I guess I can get one. So now, obviously, the mainstream of blowing up tattooing on like television and stuff like that, everybody wants one now. Mm-hmm. So it's just not going to stop.
When you found yourself in a good industry, that's always good.
I mean, you think about it, 16 years ago, you had Miami Ink, maybe, and not many people were watching that.
Sure.
And I would say that I got into tattooing before like the mainstream competitions started taking off.
Sure.
So like nowadays it's like, oh, I want to be a tattoo artist because I see it on TV and yada, 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 until they realize like, oh, this is what it takes to be a tattoo artist. Not the glorified stuff that you see on TV. It's all the stuff that you see behind the scenes. You got to be your accountant. You got to be your social media manager. You got to be your receptionist. All these things that they don't take into account to be a tattoo artist on top of tattooing on top of it all.
Sure. No, it's a crazy industry for sure. And I just think like if 41% of the country required my service, like, wow, that's nuts to think. Any other industry like massage or something, I'm sure there's a like less percentage of people that do massage or nails or whatever, but it's like so many people want this or need it,
Yeah, you think about this too, though. It's like that older generation that was like very taboo to tattooing, when they phase out, the next generation's going to come in that want to get tattooed. So that 41% is just going to jump even more and more before you know it. Everyone's probably going to have at least one.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I know the general, because when I first looked it up, the general population was only 23%. I thought that was low. I'm like, only like a fourth of people. But then I looked at this age group and I'm like, oh, it's like almost half. So that made a lot more sense. And we'll talk about that today. But I think a really good place to start would be tell us a little bit about current day, like who you are, where you work, and kind of the types of tattoos that you like to do.
Yep. I work at the Des Moines Tattoo Collective. I like doing just about anything. Like when I first started tattooing, it was street shop, no social media, just word of mouth. Go in the shop, you pick off a design off the wall, just put it on me.
Right.
Like back
I'll take the dragon, please.
Yeah, I'll take. Well, back in the day, they used to have flash sheets on the wall, and it would be like numbered or labeled, and you would see the flash sheet. It's like, yeah, I'll take like D5 and just go back into the filing cabinet, pull out D5, and it has the stencil ready for you, ready to go. And it's like you just size it and just slap it on and go, like a factory, just cranking them out. And then nowadays, it's like they're trying to steer away. Like me personally, I think flash is cool, is because it's like nostalgic in a way. But like nowadays, people like want the whole custom thing. I want this, I want that. I want to change X, Y, and Z, make it work. Instead of, yeah, I'll just take that sweet dragon on my back that probably thousands of people have. So it's kind of cool that it's kind of shifted away, but like the nostalgic of like old school tattooing, like how it all started. Yeah, take that off the wall. Let me get that.
Sure. Well, the industry's changed so much. I just remember the older, even my mom's generation or dad's generation, and then grandparents' generation, it's like tattoos weren't, not to say not good, but it's like they weren't like, it wasn't as much of art as it is now. It's
no,
like
you're a criminal, you're in prison.
Yeah, people didn't get them unless they were kind of rough around the edges, which is fair. A lot of people that have them are, but it's like you couldn't get the precision, and like you're talking with the technology now and like iPads and the stencils, and like you just couldn't do it before. So
nope. Back in the day, I remember like even like if you were to do something custom, you had a light box and you had to sit there and draw and draw. Like on an iPad now, you just hit your little layers and you kind of like layer it. Back in the day, you just had some tracing paper, you rough sketch it, put another piece of tracing paper on it, sketch on that, clean it up even more, and like refine and refine and refine. And then now it's just like, yep, let me just drop this, make my changes, hit my outline, I'm just good to go. And it's just, I remember like when I was like using the iPad for the first time, probably 9 years ago, all the guys are like, why are you using that? It's like, I don't have to carry a sketchbook. I don't have to carry pencils. I don't got to carry micron pens. I don't got to carry any of that. I just carry an iPad and a pencil and shoot it to the computer and print it. Less stuff. It's like like streamlining everything, especially like, how do I put it? It's like you just streamline everything and it makes everything easier. But like with technology, there's always a downfall to everything. It's like so many people like rely on the iPad, but they can't draw.
Oh, okay.
So let's say, oh, we don't have Wi-Fi. Oh, we don't have a printer. We don't have this. And then that's like when your art skill has to come out and shine. It's like, can you draw? Like even like when I draw on you with the Sharpies, it's like, yeah, that looks good. I gotta draw on you for like 30 minutes real quick so it all flows. It's like they rely on it so much they can't go back to like the basics. And they kind of think like, oh, I'm going to be a tattoo artist and it's going to be easy. But they don't realize like the basics, you're an artist first. So you have to understand how to draw, how to make things flow, how to make things work. And it's kind of funny in a way. It's like, oh, no, technology, don't have my iPad, it's dead. Or, oh, no, I don't have Wi-Fi or I can't connect to the printer. What do I do? Well, you're an artist. Just draw it. Yeah.
That's super crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the advancements too probably speeded up a lot. Where you mentioned if you're in the draft room for 4 hours trying to crank this out and dial it in, it's like that's half the whole day of just trying to dial it where you can speed that console up or get it figured out faster and then get to working on people quicker too.
Especially like I said, technology has its good and its pros and its cons. It's like if technology falls, like can you do it without technology?
Sure.
Or even if. Like even like technology and tattoo machines, it's like it's all wireless and everything. It's like, but can you go back to the basics and use old school coil machines, power supply, set up the needle? Can you still do all that? And it's like something like a lot of people don't teach anymore. It's like all plug and play and here you go, here's the machine, instead of like trying to teach somebody, hey, this is what made tattooing, know your tools, know your trade. And I feel like that's something that's like slowly starting to go away. And it kind of sucks.
Sure. And we'll talk more about that. I think before we get too much further, I'd love to kind of jump into like your origin story. So tell us, where did little Jesse grow up? What was your childhood like and where were you from originally?
So my dad was in the military, so we lived everywhere. So I was born in the Philippines on the military base, moved to Guam, moved to Florida, lived overseas in Iceland, came back here. So it's like never really like stayed put until we moved to Iowa. My dad retired. He's like, yeah, we're going back to Iowa.
Is that where your family's originally from?
Yeah, my dad's side's from here. And I was like, Iowa, what the hell's in Iowa? It's like, you got Florida, you got nice weather. You got Florida, Philippines. Like, Iceland was wild. It's like cold all the time, cold.
Yeah.
And then you go to Iowa and it's like, what's there? And then, I mean, it was nice because actually it had a summer, fall, winter, spring. In Iceland, it's like fall, winter. A little bit of spring, fall, winter. Like summers was non-existent.
Did you ever pick up any other languages when you lived there, or were you guys just in there so quick you didn't really have time to?
It was like 3.5 years. But we lived on the military base, so it wasn't like we got to like really go out and like mingle with like the locals. So it's like you lived on the military base, but you went off base to go like do like the touristy stuff. But for the most part, it's like you live on a military base for 3.5 years.
Sure. So how old were you when you guys finally came and settled back in Iowa?
I was like I was end of my freshman year of high school. So I was like, what, 14, 15, something like that. However old you are for
Freshman year
ninth
of high
grade.
school? Yeah.
Yeah. So jumping around, moving around, like, yeah, never really got to plant your feet somewhere until we moved here.
Sure.
But then, went to East, dropped out,
Okay.
got my GED. Because, like, the crazy thing was, because, like, right before I was getting ready to start tattooing, the Iowa laws changed. And they won't give you a tattoo license without a high school diploma or a GED. So I was like, what do I need this for? So I had to go back to DMAC for like 3 days.
Oh, okay. Was it your senior year you dropped out, or was it early? Okay, I didn't know if it was like sophomore year and you got all this time to make up.
No, it was like my senior year, and I was like, nah, school's not for me. And then, yeah, pretty much it's like, yeah, I'm going to get into tattooing. And then got into it just a little bit. And then they're like, yep, you need your GED. I was like, man, yeah, 3 days. And then everyone that I've talked to, like now, even just to get like your GED, it's like 3 weeks. I was like, thank God.
Sure.
Yeah.
What did you get a tattoo before you turned 18? Were you one of those guys that somehow slipped under the radar?
Yeah, the funny thing was like I got my first one at like 15, 16.
Was it like a garage tat? How the hell did you get one if you're under 18?
Oh, you just knew someone that did it in the house. And yeah.
Sounds totally legal and clean.
Yeah. So, oh dude, it was so sketchy.
They're like wiping your bloody body parts with like an old shop towel or something.
Well, it was clean. It was like clean for the most part, but it's like you're in the living room. The dude knew how to tattoo, but didn't want to work in a shop. And I was like,
Jeopardy's on the TV.
yeah. But I was like 15, 16 at the time, and I thought I could hide it from my mom. And my mom comes down to my room one night, and I'm sleeping, and she sees this tattoo on my arm that's now covered. She's like looking at it, and she goes and like, what is that? And like wakes me up. I was like, a tattoo? She's like, oh my God, freaking out. She's like, wait till your father gets home. And my dad was in the Navy. He's like, well, we can do about it. It's there. You ain't getting rid of it. And then I think I just went wild. I think I had like 2 half sleeves before my senior year.
Oh, shit.
Nice. And then my parents were like, all right, you need to chill out a little bit. You are getting covered a little too fast for how young you are. But yeah. And then ever since then, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Sure. What drew you to it initially? I mean, I'm assuming if you're kind of not wanting to go to school, would you just hang out in shops, or what was kind of your first touching with the tattoo world?
So another crazy story. So my buddy's dad bought a cheap eBay kit, and he's like, I know you can draw. I see you drawing all the time, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, yeah. He's like, give this a try. And I'm sitting there probably like 17, 18, just tattooing in his living room. Like, this is awesome. This is what I want to do. I'm sitting there tattooing his friends, my friends, everybody, until I start getting the hang of it. And it's like,
people just let you work on them with no experience?
Free is free.
That's great. Well, yeah, you get what you pay for, as they say.
Free is free. I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't even like not even trying on pigskin or anything.
No.
Your first canvas was a living person.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude.
Free is free. To some people, say, oh, you got a tattoo machine? I don't care what it looks like. Slap this little name on me. All right. I'm not going to make any guarantees, but I'll do it.
Dang.
Yeah. And then once I started getting the hang of it, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And like I said, I was like 17, 18 at the time, and I was still living with my parents, and like just people coming over, just getting tattooed in my bedroom, and it looked like a trap house, just like the amount of people that are just coming in and out getting tattooed. And my parents were like, yeah, dude, you gotta chill out. Like, this is getting a little crazy. And then gave it like a little hiatus, started working, and then I realized like, nah, working is not for me. Like, working for the man is not for me.
What was that first job? Non-tattoo job?
Not like big boy non-tattoo job. I was doing home remodeling, like cleaning carpets, installing carpets, laying floors, all that stuff. And I was like, this is not it. Like, I'm not happy. I'm miserable coming to work, doing a 9 to 5, and like there's no joy in it. So I was like, I got to get out of this. And I got back into tattooing, and I got lucky enough to get into a shop in Ankeny. This is like way before I tattooed you, I think.
Sure. My first one was like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was already tattooing quite a while when I tattooed you.
Well, that's good to know. My first one wasn't in the garage with all the other people from the neighborhood.
Yeah. Hey, you got to learn somehow.
Sure.
But like, I don't think I would change it. Like, I remember like when I tried to get into tattooing, it was like heavily gatekeeped. Like, nope, I don't want to teach you. Nope, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I'll teach you, but I need like a lot of money. And for like an 18, 19-year-old, it's like, I don't have $10,000, $5,000. It's like, when you're 18, 19 years old, like that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. It's like, I could go buy a nice car. I can go do a whole bunch of other things with that kind of money. And I didn't think about like, oh, this might set me up for like my future, yada, yada, yada. But it's like, no, I'm just going to do this the hard way. Just teach myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I got to figure this out. It's like, this is plan A. There's no plan B. There's no backup plan. It's like plan A or all or nothing. And like I said, I got lucky enough to get into a shop in Ankeny, and I didn't know shit about fuck. Like, they were just opened, and there was one guy there named Todd, and he kind of took me under his wing a little bit and kind of like helped me fine tune the things that I needed to know, like actually how to like set up your machine correctly, how to diagnose your machine, how to like understand like body composition, flow, all this stuff, because this guy was a graffiti artist. And so like he was explaining a lot of things to me that I didn't realize that were important. Instead of just sticking something on you, didn't take into consideration like how it's going to look on your body. Does it look crooked? Does it flow right? And kind of like walked me through that. And I was there for a little bit, and then I left there to go work at an old shop called Ink Addiction. Another street shop, pulling flash off the wall, tattooing everything that comes in and out. And then I went to Pink Elephant. That's when I tattooed you. Yep. And one of the guys there, Robbie Erickson, kind of like tore me down. Like, I remember when I worked there, I thought I was like, oh, hot shit, I've been tattooing long enough, yada, yada, yada. It was like, I had a big head. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize, like, this guy was, like, a fucking art genius. And, like, he has, like, so he went to Baltimore School of Arts, has a master's degree, and he, like, really took me, like, to the deep end of, like, fuck tattooing. Tattooing is just a...
it's like a medium for
exactly,
your art,
yep.
Right?
Tattooing is just a medium, yeah. But art is art. And he just tore me down to like nothing. Just shredded me. He's like, this looks bad. That's terrible. Just demolishing me. And I was like, fucking feeling like I'm small. It's like, damn, I feel like I'm like bottom of the barrel, square one again. And he took the time like to like tear me down and then tell me, this is right, this is wrong, this is what you need to do, this is what you don't need to do. Mm. And actually get into like understanding art instead of tattooing. And that helped me a lot. And like not long after that, I hit the road, like conventions. And I think I've been on the road for like 8-9 years on the road. And he's just said, suck up everything that you can. Don't be afraid to talk to anybody. Don't be afraid of who they are, even if they're rock stars. Just go up there and introduce yourself. Just can't be scared. And I didn't look back. So like for like solid first 4 or 5 years, I was gone 2-3 weeks out of the month. Different city, different state, different convention, just grinding, hustling.
Did you go with anyone, or were you just riding solo this whole time?
At that point, I was riding solo. I had a few friends I would like meet on the way. We'd get booths together. And the first big one that I went to was, it used to be in Omaha, Best in Midwest. So this was like right after Ink Masters like aired the first season. And the winner of that season started a convention circuit. And I don't know why he picked Omaha, Nebraska. But like every who's who was there. And I was just like starstruck.
Did you meet Dave Navarro?
Oh, all Snake Navarro. Oh, no. So he wasn't there, but all the guys that were on the show were there. And like being able to see like their tattoos like in person and be able to talk to them like normal people. Like I feel like that show was like, hey, we need you to come off on this kind of persona for TV. And then like when you actually get to meet them, it's like, that's all just for shits and gigs because you need views. Mm-hmm. But the first show I did, I went by myself. I was supposed to be there with somebody, and he just like flaked. And that's when I met Nikki and Derek, the ones I work with. And I was just there by myself. I was probably only like 22 at the time. I didn't know nothing. I was just like sitting there in my little booth, just like, and like in the row I was in, it was like everyone that I've looked up to. And it's like, oh, fuck. So-and-so's over there. So-and-so's next to me. And he's like looking over my shoulder to see what I'm doing. And I'm just like trying to like hide it from him because I was like fucking scared. I was only like 5 years into tattooing. And Derek's wife, it's like, oh, hi, I'm Nikki. What's your name? And I was like, just like shy, or like she says, I was like, had like a frumpy face. I was just like, man, like resting bitch face. And I was like, she's like, it's okay. We can be cool. We can be friends. And after that show, pretty much we just hit the road. We started just picking up people as we went. And before you know it, we had like anywhere from like 6 to 10 people in a booth, just like getting like the whole row. And it's just like, now you make friends on the road, and now you just couldn't wait to get to the next city and state to go hang out with them and just make memories, crazy stories. Like we just still laugh about to this day. Like, oh, dude, what city and state was this that this happened? Or you remember when this happened? And just like all the dumb shenanigans that happen like when you're young and dumb. Mm-hmm. And
when you were on the circuit, who's the most famous person you met or tattooed?
Oh, man.
You mentioned like Rockstars or some of these like high profile people.
I mean, like, there's so many like in the tattoo world, like at that time, because you had like Ink Masters, all those other shows. So it's like every season you'd see everybody that's on there. And then they're just like regular people. So it's like people put them like on a high pedestal because you see them on TV until you really get to know them. And it's like, yeah, you're like a really cool ass motherfucker, and you're not this asshole that they try to portray you on TV. Yeah, which is crazy. Like famous people.
Have you ever tattooed like an A-list celebrity or a...
I mean, I've tattooed like, you heard the band Seven Dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tattooed LeJean's wife when I was living in Kansas City. When I was living in Kansas City, one of the guys I worked with tattooed Tech Nine's wife.
Okay.
Now wife. So Tech Nine would come to the shop periodically.
Sure.
I was supposed to tattoo a couple NHL players. And then like when you're I remember one time, Derek actually tattooed someone that played for the Kansas City Chiefs. And like he just like kind of like brushed it off. I was like, bro, you're like an NFL player. Like I think I was like 24, 25 at the time. And it's like, damn, you play in the NFL and you're getting tattooed by just some stranger that you just walk up into the convention and you're just like, yeah, I want to get tattooed by you. It's like, you never know who you're going to tattoo because, like, for all I know, I could have tattooed somebody famous. They just don't put their business out there like that. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Maybe I did. Or maybe I can say, oh, I tattooed that person once and they just become famous. So, yeah, you'd be surprised. Or, like, even I remember when I went to Pittsburgh, there's a couple famous people that just rolled through. Like, I met, who's the guy from Lord of the Rings?
Which character? Like,
Frodo.
He's from here, from Iowa.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood.
I met him there.
Okay. At a tattoo convention.
Yeah, at a tattoo convention. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I met him at a tattoo convention in Pittsburgh.
Dude can't go outside now. Like, if he goes to Comic-Con, he's got to have security. There's like
he
crazy
had like a big old giant like ginger dude just like hanging out in the back, just like letting him do his thing.
Sure.
And
dude, the nerds get crazy. The Lord of the Rings nerds, man, they come for you.
And then
abduct Frodo.
I can't remember who it was, but it was like right when Game of Thrones came out. And it was like one of the girls from Game of Thrones and Elijah Wood just walking through a tattoo convention. And this dude had like a 6'8", like big bouncer dude just hanging out in the back. I was like, you here by yourself? He's like, no, I'm with that guy. And it's just this big burly dude. I was like, oh, fuck. You're a big dude.
Did he? So you went and talked to him then?
Yeah, I got photos with him and everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Elijah Wood's small, though.
He's a small guy.
He is small. Like,
yeah.
I'm
one of the most famous Iowans, though, for sure.
Him in it, yeah.
Ashton
Kutcher.
And then probably Caitlin Clark at this point now. I feel like everybody knows who she is. But,
yeah, who doesn't know who Caitlin Clark is?
Right. So when you first, I love where the story's going. I want to go back to the first shop in Ankeny when you had the dude basically telling you ain't shit.
Oh, no, that was Pink Elephant Days. Robbie?
Yeah. So when somebody was like kind of digging into your work, but to help you, not just to be a dick, but to like really help you.
That was like the first time I had someone like really tear me down, not to be an asshole, but to like explain it to me like, hey, if you're going to keep going this route, you ain't going to be fucking shit. Mm-hmm. And if you keep going this way, what you're doing, you're not going to get far either. So, and at that time, he's been tattooing. At that time when that was going down, he was already tattooing for like 10, 15 years. Mm-hmm. And I was just like 3 to 5 years in. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should shut the fuck up and listen instead of trying to be like the young kid that knows everything. And I still talk to him this day. He owns a shop out in Collins. And now he's like, yeah, man, my kids graduated from high school. I want to do some traveling, maybe do a convention with you. I was like, that's tight. Mm-hmm. But it was very eye-opening to see someone explain things to me that has been in the industry that long, that took the time just to destroy me and then tell me what I needed to do instead of just destroy me to like break my ego and say, fuck this, I just want to fucking quit tattooing. This is not for me.
Did you have those feelings when he was ripping you up?
Oh, dude, yeah. Because
especially like a 22-year-old, you're probably like, F you, I'm out of here. Like, I'm quit, I'm done.
I think it was like an eye-opening thing because like no one's ever done it. Because like when I was working at all the other shops, it's like we're all been tattooing around the same amount of time. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's tight. Do this, do that. And like we really didn't know much. And then like to actually be somewhere with someone that has been in it for so long, pretty much say, everything you just learned or know, throw it out the fucking window. Just fucking get rid of it. Forget about it. We're starting over again. And I was just like, fuck, I've already been in here for 3 to 5 years tattooing, and now you just tell me to forget everything. We're starting over from square one. I was like, fuck this guy, but maybe I should fucking listen because you think about it. Year-wise, dude's pretty much a doctor at that time. As much time as it takes to be a doctor, that dude's been tattooing. And especially you got a master's degree from an art school, like a prestigious art school. It's like, all right, maybe I should shut the fuck up. You got like the credentials to tell me your shit's trash. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, all right, maybe I should listen.
Well, knowing that his intent's not to tear you down, hopefully not to tear you down, but it's to make you a better artist and like push you to be, because he maybe saw some potential in you.
Yeah.
And could see, hey, if I'm a little hard on him, maybe he'll take it and actually run with it and get better.
Yeah. Especially like still to this day, like even like dumb art questions. Like it was like 3 years ago, I started trying to oil paint, and I'm calling him. It's like, I don't know shit about when it comes to like painting, like with oils, like painting with oils and painting with acrylics. So you're just mixing a little bit of water with your paint and just go. Like oils, it's like you have to have something to break down the oil paint, get the consistency right, prep your canvas, use the right brushes, the cure time. It was just crazy. So I'm just asking him all these questions, and he still took the time out of his day to be like, yep, do this, do that. You're doing this wrong. You're doing this right. Send me photos of what you're working on. And then even still then he's like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but it's all right. It's okay. It's not great, but it's cool. And then, yeah, oil painting's hard. And then I started airbrushing. I don't know if you remember those big ass murals I was doing.
Oh, yep.
I started airbrushing because it's like it started to fit my style, because like just the smooth blending, like the dark blacks, because I was doing a lot of black and gray, like airbrushing. So it's like it felt more natural to me, especially using the airbrush, like how you're blending stuff. It kind of felt like tattooing in a way, like the way you have to blend, the way you have to put in the lines and everything like that. It just felt natural. So like I figured out how to airbrush in probably 2 months, 3 months. And there's another guy, Mike Dennis. Like he's another guy that kind of like taught me like the basics of airbrushing. And I would bounce back and forth between him and Robbie, like asking all these questions. And yeah, I don't know where else to go with that.
I mean, it sounds like the mentorship really kept you in it.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like you could have fallen off at some point along the path, but there's like these people that kind of bumped you back on the road and were like, hey, here's some more information. Like, keep going. Like,
Yeah.
come ask me if you have more questions.
Yeah. So like, so Robbie, he was actually getting ready to run across Iowa. I don't know if you've heard about that. So he was getting ready to run across Iowa to beat the record. And he's the track coach out in Collins too. And he was raising up some money to buy some equipment for the track. So I either sold, donated, or gave away those paintings and donated everything. And then I raffled off a whole day session and just donated everything to his cause. And then he was like, you knocked out 7 paintings in a winter? I was like, yeah. He's like, how big are these things? And like, they're like 2 feet by like 4 feet big paintings. And he's like, you knocked out like 7 of those in a winter? I'm like, yeah. He's like, they're kind of proud of you.
You're like, yes, finally.
Like, finally get your approval. Yeah. And then like, it sucks because like doing stuff outside of tattooing, it's kind of hard. So like in the wintertime when there's nothing to do, it's about the only time I can actually do something like creative with art, because like it's winter. I don't want to go outside. I might as well do something while I'm inside. Just paint, airbrush, do all that stuff. And then like once summer hits, it's like, yeah, I need to be outside. The cabin fever is real.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have those hobbies though. And so, like, again, it works. If you get good at oil painting, it'll improve your tattooing. Like it all works in unison.
Yeah. So like even like with oil painting, it's like mixing colors to figure out colors that you can use into tattooing. So it's like experimenting with what colors, instead of having to use those colors straight from the bottle. If you have these certain colors out while you're tattooing, you can sit there and just mix that color you need, just like you're painting. Because like when you're painting, you're only using red, yellow, blue, black, white, maybe a good brown and a good purple. And those colors will make just about any color. So like one of the craziest things that I learned about Robbie tattoos the same way. So he only tattoos with red, yellow, blue, black, white, a good brown, and a good purple. So like when he's tattooing something that he doesn't have that color out. He just mixes it like he's painting. And it's like, I don't think my brain can work that way. I kind of have to have it like all the colors ready. And he's like, it's just how I've wired myself. It's like I've been painting and doing art for so long. It's just like second nature. I know I can mix these colors to get this color that I need for what I'm doing. And I was like, yeah, my brain don't work that way. But like, even like with oil painting in the wintertime, or even like, it doesn't even have to be oil painting, like even acrylic paints or anything like that. You can sit there and you can play with certain colors to understand what colors mix and what colors look good, what colors don't look good, and go from there and kind of like start to expand your knowledge of like how to understand color theory and like what colors kind of go together, and cut back on like ready to go ink. And you can just like actually think and use your brain. If I was to mix like black and yellow, I get green. Or if I mix purple and yellow, you get like a brown. Or even mixing blue and orange, you get a brown. And getting your warm tones, your light tones, your cool tones, your your warm tones. It's like, it might look the same, but like once you apply it, you can notice the slight difference of like how it looks. Especially like with painting, you're not messing somebody up. And painting, it's like,
start over.
Painting, it's like, oh yeah, that looks cool. No, it doesn't go together. Let's fix this. So like when you're tattooing someone, it's like, oh fuck, I fucked that up. That's the wrong colors. And that does not look good.
Sure.
So like painting does help, especially playing with colors, just like experimenting, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what to do, not to do. It's something I should have done before I started tattooing.
Sure. Well, I know when we talked, you said you'd done some amateur fighting, like MMA stuff?
Oh man.
Was that, what point in this journey was that?
So when I was fighting, that's like when I was doing like the home remodeling stuff. And like back in the day, it's just like, MMA is like, it was not like as mainstream as it is today. It's like, oh yeah, you get paid a couple $100 to fight, but a couple $100 for 3 months of training doesn't add up.
It wasn't Conor McGregor money. I'll tell you that right now.
No. That was like, it was even before John Jones. Like, you go do a fight, you get paid a couple $100 just to get beat up, and then you're sore the next couple of days. And
was this like before Ultimate Fighter, like Dana White's TV show?
It was like right around that time.
See, all your interests were like just popping off in the mainstream. It's like tattooing and fighting and all this stuff.
Yeah. So I think that took off like when I was like in high school, and I didn't know anything about it. And then my buddies were like, hey, we're going to Uncle Buck's. I was like, what the fuck's that? And it's like, you just sign up on a Wednesday and you just fight. And I was like, hell yeah, sign me up. And it was funny because I was so broke. Like, it was like $5 to get in, but if you fought, you got in for free. I was like, fuck it, I'll fight. Yeah. Yep. And then working and then fighting, it was just like, this ain't it. Get beat up for a couple $100, go work a 9 to 5. I was like, yeah, I got to figure something out. And the rest is history from that. Like, for shits and giggles, like, I would go back and train. Like, when I was first starting to tattoo, I'd go back and train. And it's like a reminder to myself. It's like, we're not doing this anymore, dude. Like, you need to, like, focus on plan A. We're not going back to the old ways of going, because before you know, you're like, yep, you're going to have to go back to working construction, doing home remodeling, going to train 2 times a day, and get beat up for pennies on the dollar. So I was just like, no, I got to stick to this and like focus on tattooing. And I think it was probably the best choice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. A little more longevity. Out of that. So I know when we talked, I'd mentioned to you that you have probably the most hobbies that of anybody that I've ever met before. So
I mean, when you don't have kids and you're not married, you got to figure out like how to stay busy.
Sure.
Because
let's rattle them off. What are some of the hobbies, just so people get an idea?
Riding motorcycles.
Okay.
Traveling. What else?
Guns.
Guns. That's bad. Yeah. Expensive hobbies.
We can keep going though. It was
know.
like
Motorcycles, traveling, guns.
you like live like
bourbon, music,
live comedy shows. Oh, there's so many more that we talked about when we were in our session.
I mean, you only sat for like 50 hours.
Only 50, yeah. There were so many though. It's like, oh man, I'm drawing a blank, but there's at least 10. I know there's at least 10. So
easily, it's just drawing a blank right now.
Sure.
It's like you're like, how do you find time to do all these things? I was like, I don't know. Just get bored with one, hop into the next hobby, and get bored of that. It's like you think about like riding motorcycles. You only got spring and summer, and then that hobby's gone, and then you got guns and bourbon. That's a terrible combo. That's a terrible combo.
Just hop on a motorcycle and do it all at once.
Yeah.
Drink and shoot.
Yeah.
Drive.
Oh God. Yeah. And then comedy shows. We've already talked about Kill Tony. Like, oh, did you watch Kill Tony, or did you watch this guy stand up on Netflix? And yeah, I feel like it's just something.
Sure. Well, and I always say like you got to have some hobbies for retirement because you get old, and then it's like you got plenty to pick from. You can still do some of these.
I'll definitely be riding a motorcycle till the day I die.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'll be shaking like I can't hold these handlebars.
Yeah, here. Right. You'd be seeing me on a trike. I have like just pull up my wheelchair, load it up on the trike, and just.
That'd be good. I like that. I know we mentioned kind of this like shiny object syndrome that can come especially from having like other hobbies or other interests or other jobs that are kind of pulling you. For I would say like younger people, that's kind of an issue. I have this problem as well. But how has like specializing been key for your like business growth? Being like, I am a tattooer. I'm gonna dedicate myself to this craft and like spend 15 years getting as good at it as I can.
I mean, how do I answer this? So like, I remember when I first started tattooing, like the big wave was new school, bright, big colors. And that was like the fad. It's like you have your waves of fads. You have, back in the day, you had your tribals, you had your wizards, you had your traditional. And then it went to like cartoony stuff to new school. And when you really break that down, it's either you do it in color or you do it in black and gray. And here in Des Moines, there are a ton of great traditional, neo-traditional, illustrative tattooers. It's like, how do I separate myself from that? Because I'm just jumping in a pool of sharks that have been doing it for so long. I was like, I got to figure out something that no one's really doing. So I was like, at first, there was a tattooer named Big Mees. He's a big-time lettering artist. And nobody in Des Moines was doing anything like crazy like the way he was doing lettering. And it was all in black and gray. And I was like, okay, lettering is cool and all. But like when I went to the convention, like seeing like the black and gray realism stuff, something just drew, like, I don't know. It's just like the heavy blacks, the smooth blends, all that stuff. And how
it looks like a picture, right?
Yeah. Like, especially how real you can get it to look. Like, even with color, you can do it. But something about like black and gray, it just looks like nostalgic. Mm-hmm. So at the time, nobody in Des Moines was doing black and gray, like realism or anything like that. So I was like, I need to focus on this. No more like flash off the wall. No more like your normal stuff that someone can just pick out. I need to find a way to separate myself from all the other killers, because if I'm going to do the same thing that everybody else is doing, good luck for me to find clients when there's so many other great tattooers that are already doing it for so long. So I started, it's like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to start doing black and gray realism, because I think at the time there's probably 3, 4 maybe really good black and gray artists, but they're like a lot older and like kind of on their way out the door. So I was like, I need to capitalize on this. And when I was on the road, they were doing seminars, and I took like a few black and gray seminars, took notes. I remember when I was on the road, I was like, hey guys, I want to do this piece in black and gray for free at a convention. I just need to enter it. And once I started building that traction of like getting awards for black and gray realism and stuff like that, I was like, this is where I need to focus on. There's not many people doing it. I'm starting to get good at it. This is what I need to hone in on, because I have zero chance of doing traditional, neo-traditional, illustrative, because there's too many good motherfuckers here in Iowa doing it, let alone in the Midwest, because you got Minneapolis, Chicago, Kansas City. There's even great tattooers like in Omaha that just kill it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to jump into that pond because I'll just be a goldfish in a shark tank. Mm-hmm. And I needed to separate myself from all that in a good way, not a bad way.
Sure.
And once I just started getting in a routine of doing black and gray, it's like when I kind of started like, how do I put it? Like not drift away, but like start to like expand it a little bit more. And that's when I started getting into like a lot of the color realism. Started doing a little bit more color, because even in Des Moines, there's not that many people doing color realism as well, like, or any realism. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, if I can figure this out, now I'm doing something that not a lot of people do: color realism, black and gray realism, stuff like that. Stuff that people would go and see your arm like, oh my God, who did that? You don't see that often anymore, or you don't see that around here.
Well, that's how I first got plugged in with you. I was looking for black and gray realism, and I found you on Instagram, and I'm like, this is exactly the type of style I'm looking for. So
I remember the first time I tattooed you, I drew it all on with Sharpies.
You did.
You're like, okay, I guess.
I was like, it looks good. Like,
yeah, I just drew it all on. I didn't stencil you or anything. I was like, yep, go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to just draw this on you. And you're like, I was like, yeah, just sit down. I'm going to just draw it on you. Because I went to a convention, and there's a guy named Luke Palin, and he learned from a guy named Carl Grace, and they draw everything on with Sharpies. And I was like, I want to do that when I get home.
Was I the first person that got the Sharpie?
Probably like one of the first 3.
Okay. No,
probably the first 3.
It turned out awesome, though.
Yeah.
I love the lighthouse on my arm, so yeah.
Yeah. So like, I was like, and that's what I was saying, like, you got to bust out your art and not just pull off something that everyone probably has. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, go ahead and have a seat, buddy. Just let me bust out these Sharpies. And I was like, I think I spent like an hour or so drawing on you with Sharpies. And you're like, I was like, just trust me, buddy.
Well, I'd seen the finished pieces that you'd done, and I'm like, okay, like, I just figured there'd be some kind of stencil or something. And I'm like, I've only had one tattoo prior to that. I'm like, we'll see what happens.
I know, you're like, I don't remember it being like this when we first start. I was like, it'll be okay.
Well, after the first day, it was a 2-day session, and it was like the first day of the lighthouse is done, and I could see it. I'm like, okay, I feel a lot better about this now. Like, I can see it halfway done.
You're like, I can see part of it done, and it does not look like shit. So I guess I'll let the kid draw the rest of it on with the Sharpie.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, this is what I need to do. Focus on art.
Sure.
Especially instead of trying to just like rip something off.
Well, and people don't, again, if they don't see past where, it's hard to tell, because you can say, oh, I'm a great tattooer. It's like, okay, show me what you've done. Like, that's always what it comes down to. You know, it's prove it, show some past work. Yeah. So it's, if you can show a couple portfolio pieces and then just really steer your portfolio to whatever style, then you can kind of track more of it too.
Funny thing is about portfolio, when I was in Daytona last week for Bike Week, there was a tattoo shop on Main Street, and I was talking to one of the guys at the shop. I was like, hey, do you guys take guest artists? And he just like looked at me. He's like, nah, we don't really take guest artists, yada, yada, yada. He's like, why are you asking? It's like, well, I'm a tattooer, and I was wondering if I can, like, you know, come down for Bike Week and just tattoo for a couple days. And I just slid in my phone with my portfolio, and I think, like, he's like, okay, this guy's not fucking around. Mm-hmm. And he, like, fumbled through it. He's like, all right, you're really not bad. Let me talk to the boss. We'll reach out to you.
Not bad's a good compliment in the tattoo world. No one's going to tell you you're great or anything. So.
No. So he was like, okay, this isn't like just some Joe Schmo tattooer off the street that just wants to work in here because it's Daytona Bike Week, to think that they're going to make a whole bunch of money. And I was like, telling him, I was like, if you can pay for part of my vacation, I'd be cool with that. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to like rake in all the money, but to work for a couple of days and help pay for the vacation for all the money I've already spent here this week, I mean, I'm not going to complain. But it'd also be cool going back to like old school Flash, like I was saying earlier. It's like, oh, you want that off the wall? Cool. It's like something completely different than like what I do every day, tattooing anywhere from like 8 to 10 hours a day. It's like, oh, I can bang this out in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and be done and see the full product instead of like, all right, buddy, it's going to be 3 to 4 sessions before you see some real progress. Especially like when it like comes to realism, you can't be rushing it. Tattooing's not a race, but if you know you can knock out something in like an hour or two, it's like the instant gratification, seeing it all done, especially if you're in a different city and state. It's like, yep, I got tattoos in like Florida. I got tattoos in Kansas City, Chicago, Minneapolis, all over the world. And it's complete instead of having to feel bad. The person has to come to Des Moines 2 to 4 times to get a big piece done and finished.
Which people do now to you or for you, right? They'll fly in or they'll drive in and do like a whole 3-day session.
Especially at conventions. So like when I go to Chicago next week, I got a guy coming from Kansas City sitting 3 days. He's like, do you think you can get a whole sleeve done in 3 sessions? And I just like chuckled. I'm like, no. And so he's coming up from Kansas City, sitting 3 days in Chicago. I go to Kansas City at the end of April, and he's sitting for another 3 days, finishing out his whole sleeve.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, my sleeve took about that, like you said, 50 plus hours. Yeah. So I mean, you couldn't do it in 36. It'd be hard, very hard to do. So
I was in Arizona last year, and a buddy of mine went to a convention with me, and like he was like, "How do you feel about trying to knock out my back in 3 days?" And he's a big motherfucker, and I was like, I don't know, but we can try. And like, we didn't even get halfway done. I was like, now I kind of know my threshold of like what I can get done in 3 days. Like, I remember I was in St. Louis and I tattooed this girl from like knee to like hip bone in full like solid color. And I think I even stayed like after the floor was closed tattooing her. And I think I probably got close to almost 40 hours in 3 days just tattooing her. And it's like, I can't be doing this anymore. It is a toll trying to crank out 40 hours in 3 days. So, and it sucks because like in a convention, it's like you have to be done Sunday by like 8 o'clock. And if you're not done, you're not entering it because you go enter an unfinished piece, they're just going to know, yeah, that's not done.
Next. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and I know the toll I think it takes on you too is hard. People probably don't realize that of like the physical toll of like your hands, your lower back, your like everything.
Oh, yeah, like my hands, like you can even see like my right hand, like my pinky, like holding that grip. Like people don't realize like holding a pen. Just sit there and hold a pen for 8 hours a day and just hold it. And then do it for 16 years. Like the arthritis, the carpal tunnel, all that stuff. Not even like the physical, like the back. Even people don't realize even your knees, like you having your knees locked for 8 to 10 hours a day. You're hunched over 8 to 10 hours a day. And not even just like the physical, like even the mental toll. It's like I have to focus in and lock in for the next 8 to 10 hours and put 100% into this mentally, or it's going to look like shit. Even if you come up there with 75%, you're just going to slack, or you're going to slack and then you're going to like, oh, take shortcuts. Oh, who cares? No, it's like either all in or all out type of thing. And there's no halfway. You can't, especially it's on you. Like it's something on somebody like permanently. Over time, you're like, oh yeah, you can see where this guy fucked up. Yeah, you can see where he slacked a little bit. You can see where he was probably in a rush. Like, over time, when something heals, you're going to be able to point those things out. So it's like you have to be locked in 100%. And like you think about like you're locked in, and then you on top of that, you're entertaining your client. You're talking like the mental toll that you have to be at for 8 to 10 hours a day. You have to entertain your client, be locked in, focused, trying to do your best tattoo that you can. On top of the physical aspect of things, it's like, and you do it 5 days a week, 6 days a week, especially if you're on the road. Like I work every day this week. I leave Thursday. I bust out 36 to 40 hours over the weekend. have Monday off, back to work on Tuesday, working 5 days. And like over time, it's just like draining, not like just mentally, but also physically. It's like nonstop, go, 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 go.
Sure. Well, and just even with my stuff, when you were working on me, like all my sessions were the lowest time was 8 hours.
You know, I was like, this is a short session for you today.
It's a short session. It's just a full day. It's like, you know, I was talking to somebody the day, the 12 hour, or the 14 hour, the diver.
Oh, yeah. When you got out around like
midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, I was telling somebody, I was like, oh yeah, I was like getting tattooed yesterday. Like, oh, and I told him like, yeah, we started about 10 and didn't get done till like midnight or so. Like, are you serious? Like, did you sit the whole time? Like, well, yeah, if I like, I need a half-hour break. I'm like, no, that's like, we have to sit and just, like, we're in this together now.
I mean, we stopped, take breaks, had lunch, but it's like, you think about it still, that's 14 hours of your day. 2 hours of it was breaks, but you still sat for 10 hours.
Sure.
And it's like, not even like the toll on me, also the toll on the client. Like, poor you, sitting fucking 10, 12 hours.
Sure. And I signed up for this shit. What the hell am I doing?
And then you think about it, it's like, I'm going through pain, but I have to mentally prepare myself for a long ass fucking day to take this at multiple sessions.
Well, I think the interesting thing you mentioned was just like the lock-in piece, because anybody that works like a desk job or something, like the whole day you're not like, you're an accountant, like spreadsheets, like you get a lunch break, you'll check your phone, like someone walks up to your desk, you talk to them, but it's like you're just like locked in. Yeah. And I think that's like something I don't think a lot of people think about when they think of like what a tattooer does, you know?
Especially like people always think like, oh, tattooing must be easy, tattooing must be fun. Like, yeah, I'm grateful for what I do, but like I'd like to see anyone like physically and mentally lock in 100% focus onto something for 8 to 10 hours a day. You can't stop to check your phone. You can't stop all the other like coworkers. They'll come and lollygag and talk to you, but it's like, oh, hi, hello, what's up? What are you doing on their day? And you're back to being locked in. So it's like being 100% focused 8 to 10 hours a day. How many people you think can like commit to that?
Well, as you're looking at the longevity of the career, obviously you can't do this until you're 70. Like,
I fucking hope
you'll be, hey, come on over, get tattooed, Jimmy, and your hands like shaking around, your back's all
I'll
messed
be like,
up.
Come here and grab my strong hand.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I feel like a lot of them old tattooers, they're like, I'm going to do this till the day I die. And I've seen tattooers like live up to that. And I'm like, that's fucking tight. Yeah. Because I remember there's a I can't remember what his name, this old tattooer. He was like, I got openings next week, and then next week he dies. And I'm like, that is a fucking life goal.
That's crazy.
But like, do I think I can crank out 5-6 days a week, 60, 80 hours a week when I'm 65, 70? Probably fucking not.
Sure.
But will I probably still be tattooing? Yeah, they probably won't be the greatest. But I'll probably start doing smaller things. But like the physical toll at 65, 70 for 8 to 10 hours a day, I'll probably croak over and die tattooing.
Sure. Well, just the carpal tunnel alone, like lower back pain, all that stuff. So, okay, we'll take a break from the story. I think this is a good time to do the lightning round.
Cool.
So feel free to get a drink if you need something to reset here. These are rapid fire questions. Haven't been briefed on them. Are you ready?
Fuck. All right, let's do this.
Okay. So you have to choose black and gray or full color tattoos for the rest of your life. Which one are you doing?
Black and gray.
Okay. Why?
All you got to worry about is having black ink and some distilled water.
Okay, there you go.
And like, here's an interesting thing. There was another tattooer that broke it down to me. He asked me the same question. He was like, black and gray or color? And I said, black and gray. And he's like, well, why? And I was like, because it's easier. It's just black and distilled water, and you just go. And he's like, okay, but what happens if you fuck something up when you're doing black and gray? You're not lightening. There's no way to lighten up black and gray. You're just fucked. You have to either make it darker to make it cohesive, or you just did a fucked up black and gray tattoo. With color, you can kind of mute colors, distort colors, change colors, and just layer and change it and make it look good. But for me, because I do a lot of black and gray, it's like second nature to me. Like color's cool and all, but over time, especially like with inks, it's not 10, 15 years, that color's not going to be as like vibrant as it was the first year or two. Black and gray, it's going to settle and soften and look nostalgic, whatever it is, like illustrative, realism, traditional. You still have black, and black's always going to hold, opposed to doing something in big, bright colors. It's just going to fade over time.
Sure.
So doing something in black and gray is just going to hold over the test of time compared to color. So that's why, so that's why I would say, if I could, I would do black and gray for the rest of my life.
Sure.
Hands down.
I love that. What's the most annoying thing a client can say in the first 5 minutes of an appointment that makes you know this is doomed for disaster?
Oh, man.
Or they're going to be a pain in the ass client.
Oh, they're like, hey, can we take a quick break real quick? It's like, oh no, we're only 5 minutes. That, or they'll sit there in the mirror and second guess. Oh, we should probably move it over just a little bit, or move it this way just a little bit. And then you have to explain to them, well, the way your body flows, if you start putting it there and you start to move and stand natural, it's going to look funny. It's going to distort. It's not going to look how it is when you're rested in your natural state. If we moved it over a little bit and you stand natural, it's going to look weird. Either way we move it. So it's like, especially when you're doing big pieces, it's like when you're doing something big, you're kind of like stuck to, in a way, like one spot. Because if you shift something, you have empty room on this side or empty room on this side, and it doesn't look center anymore. So I would say, yeah, when they say,
can I take a break? First 5 minutes.
Can we take a break, or can we move it?
Yep.
And then you're re-stenciling, and then you're stuck there for like re-stenciling for like the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You're like, fuck, today's going to be a long day.
Has a client ever passed out on you before?
Oh, yeah.
How many times? Or was somebody just like asleep the entire time? You just kept going.
I would say there's probably been a handful of people that passed out. So that's why, like now, like when you sit all day, I always feed everybody. It's like, yeah, we need to stop and eat and get a second wind in you, or else you're going to pass out, especially if they bring somebody with them that's there. I'd be like, yeah, if you pass out, I'm going to let them take photos of you and use it as blackmail.
So I always come with snacks every time. Like, I always got a handful of snacks.
Either you have snacks or the shop has snacks, and you know, like, oh, he's going to feed me later. So I'm not going to not have lunch or not have dinner today.
Sure.
But yeah, I had a lot of people. The funniest story about someone passing out was actually when I was working at Pink Elephant. I was doing something on this guy's arm, and big dude, and I'm tattooing him, and he's like, Jesse, something's not right. Jesse, I'm like, the fuck you mean something's not right? And he's fucking sitting there crappie flopping and passes out on me. And it's a big dude. I'm like, oh my God. And fucking put all his weight on me. And I'm telling everyone, help me put him back in the chair. And he's like kind of convulsating, and he gets out, he snaps out of it. I'm like, you all right, man? He's like, what happened? It's like, you passed out. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. And you're a big motherfucker to hold up. He's like, let's not do that again. But crazy thing is, once you pass out once, you're kind of good after that. And
body resets and you're ready for it.
Fill you up with like sugars, get something to eat because your blood sugar's so low. And people don't realize, like, you're kind of going through a marathon. When you're sitting 8 to 10 hours, your body's like burning energy. And when you burn through all that sugar, it's like, brr. You got to fill that back up or else you're going to pass out.
Sure. That's crazy. Name 4 typical white girl tattoos.
Oh, fuck.
Let's go.
Are we talking like from the whole time, like the whole 16 years of me tattooing?
I would just say like current day.
Current day.
What's like the 4, like they come to you and you're like, oh, this is a typical white girl tattoo.
I don't know. I do a lot of big shit. Like typical white girl, like back in the day, like infinity signs. Now they're getting all covered up.
Okay.
Especially like the fine line stuff, like the super small fine line stuff. I would say that. But I feel like nowadays, like where I'm at, we don't get a lot of like your typical white girl stuff because we're doing a lot of big stuff at the shop. But like back in the day, it was like your infinity signs, your fine line stuff.
Would it be like tramp stamps or like small cross tattoo, like in your
crosses,
wrist or ankle or something?
Especially
like
the funny thing about the small cross. It's like, am I supposed to have it like this, or is it supposed to be like this? Like, I want it to be like this for when I show people. Now you have an upside down cross when you look at it. It's like, oh, you must be a Satan worshiper.
There you go.
Yeah. But I think now in this day and age, it's like you don't really see too much of it. People want art. They want big stuff. Like, yeah, you might be young and get something small just to get your feet wet, but eventually you're going to start getting some big stuff tattooed on you.
Sure. Have you ever been tattooing while hungover, and how bad is it?
Oh, fuck. Many times.
Sure.
Many times, especially at conventions.
You're like, I was hungover today. What are you talking?
But here's the wild thing about being hungover, though, and tattooing. I feel like, as bad as this sounds, I feel like I focus a lot more when I'm hungover.
You really lock it in because you're like, I don't want to really screw this up.
Well, I feel like shit. I need to lock in and not have it be noticeable that I'm hungover. And the crazy thing is like, people always ask me that, like, when you're at conventions and you party and you're hungover the next day, like, how do you do it? And I always joke around, like, I actually kind of do my best work when I'm hungover. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I've actually won a few awards from tattooing hungover. And they're like, explain. I was like, I'm hungover. I don't want to look hungover, and I need to lock the fuck in and not. I mean, maybe I was still drunk probably.
Sure.
And I'm just like, I need to lock in and act normal. And it's just crazy. I don't condone it, but I feel like tattooing hungover like makes me like hyper focused.
Sure. I can follow that logic. I understand that. Who is the most overrated tattoo artist in history?
Oh, man. There's this girl. We talked about her. That Ariel DeJesus girl.
Okay.
Do you remember her? We talked about her. She was the one that was doing like the $80 cover-ups from Texas.
Okay.
And it's crazy because she has like a huge following on social media, but does terrible tattoos, and it makes no sense to me. And I feel like, especially with social media, like you get all these like social media influencers, tattooers that have a big following, but like not great work, and it does not make sense, but they just stay busy because they have a social media following. It's like, maybe if you focused a little bit more on art and tattooing to get a little bit better. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater on social media.
Sure. That could be.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah.
Is the customer always right, or is this a total load of shit in your industry?
To an extent. I would say to an extent. I mean, you fucking misspell something. Customer's going to be right that you misspelled something. But then again, also, it's like, if they think that they're right, you kind of have to like explain and walk them through why it's wrong in a way. It's like having something facing so like when you're putting on tattoos, you always want it to face forward. And then they say, well, I want it flipped and looking this way. And you have to explain to them, that's not right. You don't want your tattoos looking behind you. Or it's not going to look good there because it doesn't flow with the body. Or especially when it comes to cover-ups, like when you're doing cover-ups, it's like you're kind of shit out of luck with like what you want, because you have to be very realistic with what you want. So it's like, well, I saw this on social media. They covered this up with this. It's like, yeah, it looks good when it's fresh, but what does it look like when it's healed? You're going to see all your old shit right through it. So you have to tell them, like, to an extent, yeah, the customer's right, but like majority of the time they're wrong, and you have to explain and walk through them that this is not right, because you're going to get X, Y, and Z, and you're going to be unhappy, you're going to be pissed off, and you're going to come back to me like, well, what the fuck, yada, yada, yada. It's like, well, I'll try to explain it to you, but that's what you wanted. So I'll give you what you want, but I'm going to give you my expertise and
you're paying for my expertise, my knowledge, my insight.
you're paying for what you want, but I'm going to give you my opinion or what I would do and not do because I also want a good tattoo leaving. And I don't want you to go out in public, yeah, this guy did this and he fucked it all up. And like, well, I told you that it wasn't going to be good, but you still wanted it. So I feel like the customer is yes and no, but majority of the time they're not always right. You just got to sit and explain it to them a little bit more in depth of why it's not right.
Sure. That makes sense. What is one of your hobbies or secret obsessions that doesn't fit your tough guy image?
What do you mean tough guy image?
You mentioned all your hobbies like bourbon, motorcycles, like tattoos. Like you got to have some kind of like, you like playing Barbies or something crazy. What do you like to do? That's not tough guy stuff.
That's not tough guy stuff. I mean, I just like being lazy and hanging out with my cat.
Okay.
Or playing video games.
Sure. I like that.
Something completely different.
There's your other hobby. We're looking for number 8 and now they got video games. We'll add that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Playing some Call of Duty, trying to be lazy, like trying to shut my brain off or something that just rot my brain away.
Sure.
Or just laying in bed.
That's good. I like that. Let's see here. This is the last one for lightning round. Finish the sentence. If you want to be a successful tattoo artist in Iowa, you need to blank.
Shut the fuck up and listen.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's like you might be the young kid and you think you know everything, but the old whippersnapper is going to put you in line and tell you, I've already made that dumb mistake. Don't do it because I've already did it. So shut the fuck up and listen to what I have to say, or else you're going to go off the wrong path and you're going to have a hard time trying to get back on the right path.
Sure.
So shutting the fuck up and listen to another perspective of things and sit and think about it and see where they're coming from and see what they've done and see what they've experienced and see where they're at in their career. Especially if they're telling you I've already did it. It's already been done. It doesn't work. Instead of trying to reinvent the wheel and eventually you'll fuck up.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's great. You've passed the gauntlet. Congratulations of the
Holy
lightning
fuck.
round. Moving into this, and we didn't even mention this in the beginning, but you're currently prototyping a new product right now. So after doing thousands of tattoos, at what point did you decide you wanted to kind of dip your toe in the aftermarket or the aftercare market and kind of talk through like balms and lotions and things like that?
So I'm 37. Oh, I will be 37 in May. So I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm not going to be able to keep tattooing at this rate for the rest of my life. Eventually, I'm going to taper down, slow down. I'm going to fucking probably not make as much as I would when I'm old. So I need to figure out something that can bring in revenue in a way. And the crazy thing is like, I've talked to a few people about making an ointment, and they said trying to get in the aftercare game in the tattoo industry in this day and age is fucking hard. Because now, as big as tattooing it is now, you have all these conglomerates, you have all these big companies that just want to buy up every tattoo company, and these assholes don't have, not in the industry, never tattooed, and they just want to take it over. And a lot of tattooers are like, I don't want to fucking support a conglomerate, and these assholes just see us as a dollar sign. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'll make a aftercare made by a tattooer for tattooers and collectors. And for like the last 4 months, I was just like laying in bed till like 2, 3 in the morning, just fucking looking up everything. Like even just like learning like what ingredients can go together, can't go together, what would make it toxic, what would make it like, and I can't think of the word, but like if you mix these two ingredients and you're out in the sun, it will burn you. And you can't have any of that. And then I was like, you know what? I have to do this. And after, like I said, 3 months, I've made who knows how many different batches, trial and error. This is good. This is not good. I want this, I want that, and like having an expectation of like what I want compared to all the other aftercare products, it's like, I think I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, once you really see what it takes to like to formulate something, it's fucking scary, especially like investing all your money, not all your money, but a good chunk of money just to fucking fail 10, 15 different batches in the fucking sitting there just mixing things because you read up on it. Oh, that sounds nice. And then you buy an ingredient and you put it in there and you fucking hate it. It's like, well, I just spent $30, $40 on an ingredient that I fucking hate, that I thought was going to be good. And in a way, I also was thinking, I was like, maybe this is like my way of saying, giving back to the fucking tattoo community. For everything that it's gave me, I should probably give something back. So when I was making this, I was reading up on everything and all these other companies, what they had in it. And the crazy thing is not many people really have anything with CBD and CBG in it. Like, I went down the deep end of like trying to find what would be the best healing properties for tattoo ointment, and going down and reading every ingredient, what it does, how it can help. And it's just like a never ending like list of shit, and trying to like figure out not having too much shit in it. Like, you don't want 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, and then you're just overdoing it and you're spending too much money for a product that now you have to fucking sell for so much that no one's going to buy, and trying to simplify it. So when I made this, I wanted to not only make healing easier, but also making the tattoo process easy as well, because all the stuff that's in it will help with like redness, inflammation, pain, a whole bunch of stuff that a lot of these ointments these days don't have. And like I said, trying to separate yourself from what everybody has and what you're trying to do. So like pretty much it's like the only time that I was only able to like research anything was like at night, laying in bed. And yeah, 3-4 months. And now I'm taking it with me to Chicago. So like I'm still tweaking a few things, but I need to get it into tattooer hands to get feedback. Like, I've already had some clients use it. I've had people in the shop use it. And the way my brain works, I feel like it's okay, but it's not like something I'm all in on just yet.
I'm really proud about like the current prototype. So with this, what's it called?
Midnight Alchemy.
Okay. We got a little sample here for people listening at home. So this is something that you'll use like right after a fresh tattoo, or is this like something you use every day to keep your tattoo fresh and vibrant for years to come?
Tattooers can use it while they're tattooing because it has the CBD, the CBG in it to help with redness, inflammation, even like to help with the pain and stuff like that. So while you're getting tattooed, all the stuff that's in it is helping with the pain, the inflammation, the redness. So not only is it making it easier for you to sit, it's also making it easier for the tattooer not have to fight redness, irritation, swelling, all that stuff, because the CBD, the CBG, some of the other properties in there is fighting all that stuff to keep pain down, as well as trying to make it as easy as possible without any hiccups or any roadblocks or anything like that. Especially like if you're tattooing somebody and let's say you just swell like a pig, you just swell so bad. Like now you have a needle fighting swelling and not getting under the skin, under like so many layers of skin, you're just fighting swelling. So now you're not going to be able to put any pigment in the skin. So pretty much like, yeah, you're just done. So the CBD, the CBG helps keep the inflammation low, the redness, irritation, so that it's not only easier for you, it's also easier for the tattooer through the tattoo experience. Aftercare is same as well with aftercare. It's just like using lotion, just a little bit. you normally put on, especially after you get tattooed. You're sore, your body's on fire, it's swollen. So all that stuff that's in it's also going to help with the healing, because all the healing properties that's in it, and especially to help with inflammation, the pain, all that stuff.
Sure. Well, it's smart that you're going to the artist, because if they're using it during their, it's like you'll sell a lot more than like, you know, you see like Kat Von D or some of these other celebrity tattoo people that have like aftercare stuff. It's like to the end consumer that knows who she is, where it's like if you can go to the industry people and let them know, and you know, that kind of gets it out there more.
Yeah. So here's the crazy thing. So Carrie, the lady that owns the shop, she was reading the ingredients list. I thought it was funny. She's like, yeah, I just put it on my skin every morning or at night. And she like, I like the way it feels on my skin. And I was like, damn. She's like, yeah, you can double advertise this in a way as not only as a tattoo product, but also as like a skincare product, because all the ingredients in it are unrefined, all natural ingredients. You don't have any of like the fillers, just to take like you don't have any of the fillers that just to put it on the label, just to not do anything. So like when I was reading up on a whole bunch of ingredients lists, a lot of like the cosmetics and stuff like that, it's all refined ingredients, which you're taking away the color, you're taking away the smell, and then at the cost of you're losing the natural benefits of the raw ingredients.
Sure.
Because you're trying to make something that's appealing and looks good and smells good to the customer. Like, oh, it's white, it smells pretty. But then again, now you're filling it with all the stuff that you extracted because you're using refined ingredients, and you're pumping in chemically made like vitamin E, or you're putting in a whole bunch of fillers when you could have just used the raw ingredient to begin with.
So you mentioned you were kind of doing this manually at home. Have you gotten with like a co-packer manufacturer to help you kind of put this at scale, or are you making this in your garage still?
In the garage. No,
you are?
Kidding,
okay.
No. So the guy that sponsors me, I use his ink. He owns Industry Ink. His name's Eric, and I remember I was texting him one day, and I was like, I talked to him about doing this for like a year now, him and his stepdad are like some of the guys that modernize tattoo ink. And I asked him, I was like, hypothetically speaking, if you had to make tattoo ink at home, what would you do? And he was like, why? And I was like, I need to start test batching this stuff to get the right consistency, the right ingredients, because to have someone white label a product, it's like $5,000 to $10,000. And I was like, I'd rather formulate it, figure it out, and then send it out and make it for me in bulk. And
here's the formula, and now they're in like a FDA certified facility.
Oh, fuck. We'll get to that in a second.
Here's your formula.
Yeah.
Just make it, you know.
Yeah, we'll get into that here in a second. But so pretty much he broke it down. He was like, barrier off your kitchen. Barrier it off. Only one way in, one way out. Nothing get in, nothing get out. And pretty much how you clean your tattoo station, you clean everything in that barrier. So I'm using Cavicide, alcohol. I'm washing everything, wiping it down with Cavicide, wiping it down with alcohol. Can't use rubber, can't use latex, can't use any of that stuff, because people with latex or rubber allergies, and you're using it to mix and make ointment, and they use it, they're going to break the fuck out. And they're like, what the fuck? I used your ointment and I'm fucking breaking out. It's a big no-go. So literally my fucking kitchen looks like a science lab.
You look like Walter White.
Yeah, it looks like, or no, what was that? What's that one show? That fucking guy, that serial killer guy.
Oh, Dexter.
Dexter. It looks like fucking Dexter in my kitchen. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it looks like Dexter, and I'm sitting there wiping everything down to make sure like I am cleaning everything as clean as I can get it, wiping it down. So like I know that there's no bacteria, no germs, none of that nasty shit. And I have air purifiers running in the fucking barrier so that I know there's no dust, there's no dirt, anything like that. And then I'm making it at a small batch or a small level. And I think one of the trickiest things was having to order the CBD and CBG. And this like started to grow into me that I hate pharmaceutical companies, because to get CBD and CBG like actually tested, a low trace amount of THC, you want to like make sure the pharmaceutical companies are always testing everything. And like just to get so I was talking to my client about this today. A kilo of CBG and CBD is about $1,000. And I'm just like, right now, I'm just like testing, like, oh, there's $1,000 of just 2 ingredients in that whole ingredients list, not including everything else. And it's like, fuck, this is getting expensive.
Yeah. How much would a kilo make in terms of pucks, like pucks that we see there?
So I have it down to 1,000 milligrams of CBD and CBG per ounce. So I can't think how many grams are in an ounce or in a kilo. I think it's like 1,000.
Okay.
So you think about it, depending. So like if I was to make 1 ounce, like how that is, well, no, that's 2 ounces.
So it's this little puck.
Yep. So that's a 2 ounce jar. So you think about it.
This little guy here.
Yeah. So if you think about it, I'm only making 500 of those. If my math is right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can make from those 2 ingredients, I mean, with other things in there too.
Yep.
You can make 1,000 of these SKUs.
500 of those.
500 of these SKUs.
Yep.
Okay.
But then again, you're also making 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 4 ounces.
Right.
So like, I think I've already ran through my first kilo just fucking testing, and then thrown it away because it's trash. It's like, oh, well, there goes
a couple $1,000
bucks.
Ingredients, right?
Yeah. So like now that I kind of have it at 100%, I would say I have it like right around 80-85% ready to go. Like now I'm at the point where I'm fine tuning to where I'm happy and proud to push that out. I think when I get to the point of where I can get it to a larger scale, so I've talked to the guy that makes the ink again. He got a fucking massive ass warehouse in Detroit. That's where he makes all his ink, and he sent me a video of how he has his like warehouse set up, and it's fucking crazy. Like he had to have FDA come out and inspect his rooms. And he has 2 rooms, one for mixing and one for bottling. And they both have their own separate filtration system. So only clean air comes in and all the bad air comes out. And he times that by 2. And he was explaining to me like how crazy the cost is of that. Like industrial grade mixers, industrial grade labelers, what is it? To bottle the jars, to label the jars,
the packaging materials,
everything.
I'm sure it's millions of dollars just to get that off the ground.
It was fucking scary. Like just the labeler, like what he spent on a labeler was $40,000 just for a labeler. That's not including like your mixers and then like to melt all the product and like getting into like different blenders. And he was explaining to me all the different types of blenders and like how to mix ointment and ink, and like just so it's called a homogenizer. And you know, like back in the day when you're like doing science class, when you pour water on top or the oil on top of water and it separates, this homogenizer will mix water and oil together.
Oh, okay.
And it's fucking crazy because I watched a video on it, and just that mixer alone was $15,000, and that's just for one. And he was like, yeah, I got 6 of them because I'm pumping out so much ink. And I'm like, holy fuck, dude. I'm like over my head thinking about this at a commercial scale. And he's like, oh, that's just like the beginning of it. And once you start taking off on this, now you have to have FDA. You got to have another company called Mokra. So it's pretty much cosmetic FDA. And then now if you want to promote that it's vegan, cruelty-free, just to get those labels, those have to go out to those companies, tested, verified, and give them assholes a whole bunch of fucking money. Just to put a little logo saying, oh yeah, I passed that I'm vegan. Oh, I passed that I'm cruelty-free. Oh, I passed that it's FDA approved and it's Mokra approved and it's all safe. And it's like, holy fuck. Now you're in the hundreds of $1,000s before you even see like a return on anything. And he's like, yeah, man, it's scary. It's like, but he was telling me, keep it at a small level. And if it starts to take off, then we can talk about going commercial. And he has been awesome about telling me that I need to see this through. He's like, don't quit on it because it's just going to be a what if you've already gotten this far. He's like, don't be scared, because him starting an ink, like he's like, I did it. I started another ink company, and it was scary because I'm the sole owner and I'm millions of dollars into it just for the building, the FDA, clean rooms, the inspections.
Well, just the inventory too. He's probably got to sit on a lot of bottles in the warehouse to ship, you know?
No, the craziest thing is too about FDA. So in my head, FDA, everything has an expiration date. So pretty much you have a year from when it's opened to use it. And in my head, I was like, okay, you have to keep a sample of every batch that you make. I'm like, in my head, okay, do I just toss it after the expiration date? And he's like, oh no. He was like, I have 50,000 bottles in a room of ink, like every batch that he's made in a room. So if the FDA was ever to come by and say, hey, I need to see this batch or I need to see that batch, it's like, even if it's expired, it doesn't matter. They come knock on your door and say, hey, we need to see that. And like, in my head, like, you seen how big my ink wall was?
Yeah.
Imagine 50,000 bottles of that.
That's a lot of freaking ink to just sit there and not even be sold or anything too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then having to deal with MOCRA. MOCRA, like I said, it's like cosmetic FDA. So pretty much, yeah, FDA is like food. So in a way, like, since it is raw ingredients, technically you could eat it, but it ain't going to be great. But MOCRA is like cosmetic FDA, like skincare, hair, any of those products. They want to see what's in it to make sure it's not toxic or anything like that.
Sure.
Got to send that out, give them a whole bunch of money. It's...
You going to give up, man? It sounds like a uphill battle, a pain in the ass.
I mean, I can't give up now. It's like, I've already been at it for 3-4 months. And it's like 3-4 months, thousands of dollars later. And like, it's nice because people are like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Like, keep fucking doing it. I want to buy it. And I'm just like, man, it's like, if I get to the point where I have to go commercial, it's like, well, fuck. It's the seeing that big number scares the fuck out of me. It's like a whole ass mortgage. And you don't know when you're going to see your return. It's like a fucking gamble.
That's a lot of full day sessions to try to make up if you blow it.
Fuck, dude. Yeah.
Couple years of working on people every day to make up the money.
So like the nice thing about Eric, he was like, yeah, man, I can help you as much as I can. If we get to the point where we start making it for you and all this, and we start distributing from his warehouse, that's a conversation we'll have in the future. But he was like telling me, he's like, you cannot be discouraged, because he was telling me it was like about year 5, he started seeing a little return. And he is like, this is not going to be like an overnight, I'm a fucking billionaire or a millionaire or just rich rolling it in. He was like, I'm at year 5 and I'm starting to see progress. And he was like, keep at it and we'll have this conversation again and see where we're at.
Sure.
But the only bad thing is, like I said earlier, is like there's just so many people in the aftercare game, not even just tattooers. It's just like people that just like tattoos and they just want to get their foot into the industry that pretty much don't have any business in it.
Sure.
And it sucks.
When you think, again, the industry growth that this will have, where 40% of the younger generation has tattoos, like, that's a lot of freaking people that you could sell to, even if you had 1% market share in like 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Like, if 1% of the tattooers in the entire country used your product, like, that's a multi-million-dollar business right there.
So the crazy thing was, I'm not going to say the company name, because I went down the rabbit hole on this company. But pretty much one of the main aftercare companies that sells aftercare, they make about $7 million of profit after expenses. It's like, even if I can get $1 million of that, I'm not going to be fucking mad.
Sure.
It'll pay off all that commercial stuff.
You can own the building if you want. You could employ people. You could have your own warehouse if you wanted, instead of having to co-pack or whatever. So.
Yeah, so it's like in my head, and especially the people that own that company don't even tattoo, which is the fucking crazy thing to me. And it's like, if I can advertise it that I've been in this game for so long and I'm making something that I know I personally use and I'm in this industry and I know it works, even if I can just get, like you said, 1% of that, I don't got to work till I'm 70 and I croak over. But then again, it's like, I don't want to get greedy with it either. So like when I was talking to Eric about it, he was like, what's your ROI on it? What does it cost for you to make to what you would sell? And seeing what all these other companies sell their product at, it's like, I have to be competitive in that. It's like, am I spending more money to make this than them? Yes. Good percentage of it. Like, yeah. Especially a lot of these companies don't have like the CBD, the CBG, the high priced ingredients. But like in my head, it's like, I can say, I'm offering you a product with better ingredients, better healing processing, better tattoo process, everything with better ingredients, but I'm selling it to you at the same cost as everybody else. It's like, even if it's less than doubling my money, it doesn't matter to me. It's like, I want to give something back at this point.
Well, because when you're early on in manufacturing, you're going to have higher cost of goods sold, nerd COGS for all the in-business people listening. But it's like your COGS are higher. So like, say you sell it for, what would something like this retail for this puck right here?
So that little guy, that little 2-ounce guy, I think that would be like $20.
Okay. So if the normal, like if 20 to, we'll say 15 to 30, somewhere in that range, but it's like, it might cost you 12 to make it. But it's like, okay, to get someone to try it, I have to probably like undercut a little bit to be cheaper. So then they're, so it's like, okay, I'll sell it for 18. It's like, I'm only going to profit $3-4 per item. But it's like, when then the big guys at scale, they can make theirs for like $3 a puck or $2 because they can make thousands at one time. So your price per item goes down. But it's
so the crazy thing was, it's like, I'm not buying anything at wholesale right now. And that's like the biggest thing that it was explained to me. And I was like, I'm not at the point right now where I can just stash pounds and pounds of bulk ingredients when it's very small scale right now.
I can just see the drums in your garage. Yeah. Definitely Walter White it up, man.
Yeah, they're like, is this fucking yeah. So
I am the
problem. I looked into see what bulk prices were, and it's like, holy fuck, like the cost of buying bulk and what I can get out of it obviously will help cut down cost. But still in my head, even if I can still cut down costs and still undercut what everybody's selling their product at, and I can prove that the ingredients in that are 10 times better than what you're buying at a commercial store just for aftercare. Especially since like nowadays, all these companies are trying to figure out what can I replace this ingredient with at a lower cost? Or what can I replace this ingredient with that is still going to do the same thing, but it's going to save me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now you're just diluting your product. And it's like
cutting the corners.
I'm just tired of seeing everyone cutting corners to make more money. And it's like, why not just make a solid product that is the same from day one till today? Because now I'm just seeing all these products just losing the quality that it was at what it once was. It's like, now it's shit. I have people saying, yeah, it's not as good as what it once was, or I had a really bad heal with that product. And I'm sitting there looking at the ingredients list. It's like, and I have the old product and I have their new product, and I'm looking at their ingredients list. I was like, yeah, they're starting to fucking cut corners because they're trying to figure out how they can squeeze money out to make more money, but still sell the same product. So it's like when I make this, how I make it is how it's going to stay made. I'm not trying to make a whole bunch of fucking money to where I don't have to tattoo anymore, because I'll probably tattoo, like I said, I'll probably still tattoo till the day I fucking die. And I want to come out with something. When I come out with something, it's going to stay the same until however long this fucking thing goes for. And I don't want to change anything. I don't want to dilute anything. I don't want people to think, oh, he's just cutting corners to fucking make money, or now his product is tainted and it's fucking not as good as it once was. And I don't want that at all in that product. I just want them to know what you get is what you're going to get forever.
Well, and I think the real telltale sign will be when you take it to Chicago, because your friends in your shop, everyone's going to tell you it's great, right? And that's the hard thing.
So the cool thing with Carrie, so like I had one batch, it didn't go well. Like it's, when it comes to like actually like melting down, like it's a fucking science, dude. It's like if you melt something too high, you're burning off like the ingredients, like the good ingredients. Like if you have it too hot, you're going to burn off all that shit and it's going to be terrible. Or if you have it too cold, all your ingredients are not going to bond correctly, and you're going to have a gritty product, or you're going to have product that just separates and it's going to look like shit. And like, I'm not, especially like after all the shit that people have like been honest with me about, like being honest with me is fucking not a problem with me. Yeah. So like Carrie was like, yeah, the product's great, but like, why is it separating? Why is it doing this? And I look at it, I'm like, fuck, I probably didn't do something right. And I'd rather have someone say, hey, the product's cool, but X, Y, and Z is not good. Or I don't like this and I don't like that. I'd rather have someone just be straight up honest and tell me what they do and they don't like, so that I can fix it now while I'm still in the early stages, opposed to down the road, everyone just says, oh, I love the product to my face, and then really behind my back, yeah, that stuff's fucking trash. That shit's garbage. That's just another person trying to get their foot into the fucking aftercare world.
Well, and if you, being on the convention circuit, you can tap in nicely, and then once you actually have like inventory, you can go and get a booth as a vendor and just be like, hey, and then hit everyone, and then just get real feedback. And I think that's really where it's going to go, because it'll be similar to when you started tattooing in people's houses. Like, if you started doing that and like no one did it, no one liked it, like you had proof of concept right from the get go of like, oh, people want me to do this. So I think that'll probably be the telltale sign to it.
So like, it was a crazy thing. So pretty much I was talking to Eric about everything, especially like when it comes to business from a product standpoint. Like tattooing, sure, my product is tattooing, but now you're actually selling a product that in a way you don't have control of, in a way, because you send it out to get made. You don't have control of making it yourself, or something can always go wrong that you don't have control. And he was like, yeah, man, like it's hard, but you want to get this product in so many people's hands to get feedback so that you can make those changes and you can hear it in like real time. And he was like, yeah, expect to drop like 20 grand of just giving away shit. And so like when I go to Chicago, so I go to Chicago next week. So like all next week, I'm just fucking making product and I'm just giving it all away. Like I'm not selling anything. So like even like at the shop, I have a big ass box of a whole bunch of those, and people are like, oh, can I pay you for that? Can I pay you for that? I'm like, no, don't, just use it and then tell me what you think about it, because your feedback is more valuable than the 10, 20 bucks that you're giving me that you can say, oh, I fucking hate it. So now you're out 10, 20 bucks for a product that you fucking hate, that you don't want to buy again. When you like, hey, I give it to you for free. Tell me what you think. It didn't cost you anything, I'd rather get the feedback that's worth more to me than your 10, 20 bucks.
Yeah. Well, I think just in the marketer in me, I would suggest if you do go out and do that, have like some way you can get their information, like a lead capture, and be like, here's some free stuff. Like we would love you to, sign up for our newsletter because we're gonna when we actually launch this product and you can buy it online or buy it in a store, then you have like a customer list you could like sell to. So then you're like doing the grunt work, but you're like at least leaving a breadcrumb trail for yourself to be able to like sell these later.
So when I go to Chicago, I'm gonna have I'm like running an Instagram page for it. So it's like, hey, follow the Instagram page. Tell me what you hate. I don't care that you like it. If you were to, I want you to nitpick it and tell me what you don't like. That's more important to me than what you do like. Because let's say 1,000 people want to nitpick and tell me they all hate this. I need to fix that. Opposed to like, oh, I like it, but no real feedback to what they don't like. So like when I go out there, I give it to Chicago is like the biggest convention in the US. It brings like 2,000 tattooers like from all over the world. So I'm going to go out there, give a whole bunch of them away to tattooers, give it away to a whole bunch of collectors, clients. Hey, I don't want to hear that you loved it or anything like that. I want you to nitpick it and tell me what you fucking hate, what you don't like, what could be changed, so that I know when I go to make the next batch or I go back to formulate it again, I can keep that in mind because I'm selling it to the public. And if they all say that they don't like this, I know I can change it to where everybody likes it.
That's great. It's super interesting too, because you're going from the just being in your comfort zone of knowing how to just work on people, do your thing every day, to like the whole new world of like product innovation and creation and testing. And
it's even like the chemistry side of things and like the ingredient side of things and like what certain ingredients do that you didn't know. It's like the research and what you can learn from what individual ingredients do.
You wish you would have paid attention to high school chemistry now, don't you? God damn it.
God damn it. Fucking no. But yeah. It's just crazy to see like what ingredients do what and how they combine and make it better when those ingredients are together.
Yeah.
And it's just wild to me.
I love it. What do you feel like is the next step for your career? Like in the next, like, I would say 10 years, you mentioned you want to tattoo till the day you die. What does this look like for Jesse? Are you going to rev down? Are you going to focus more on the product side? What do you think the future holds for you?
For as many hours we tattooed, like you've known, like the road life, I am fucking burnt the fuck out. But now that I'm coming out with this product, it's like, I can't stay off the road. Like you have to keep going. So I think like 5 years I'll be on the road still, but like pushing product opposed to like trying to like chase after trophies, chase after awards, chase after recognition. It's like I need to push this now because like you said, it's like you're making fun of me. All right, where are we going to shove all these trophies? It's like I can fucking care less. So I think 10 years, like hopefully I can slow down from tattooing, like not 5-6 days a week anymore, maybe like 4, maybe if I'm lucky 3.
Sure.
But
the other days will be filled with product development,
reaching out to companies, distributors, all that. Like that's a whole nother can of worms. Fucking talking to distributors and learning the business side of that is like also another door I need to learn. And it's like wild to me. Like once you start peeling back that layer, it's like not only you trying to figure out the chemistry side, the advertisement side, now you're trying to figure out the business side of things. And it's just like tattooing. Like I said, you have to be your own accountant, your scheduler, the receptionist, and then the actual tattooer. This now with the ointment, now you have to figure out distribution, being the chemist, pretty much everything. It's like completely opposite from tattooing, but you're still doing the same thing.
Sure. No, it's crazy to kind of see the development over the years. Like I said, our first session we did was probably 9 years ago or something. So it's kind of nice to see 10 years down the line where things have gone. If someone's listening that is curious about an industry or a trade like school is not for them. What advice do you have for those people to like reach success in a career that's not like taking their path less traveled or doing something that's not school and then a 9-to-5 job the rest of your life?
You can't be scared. I remember being scared. It's like you don't got a high school diploma. You don't have like any real like experience. Like you have to, whatever you want to do, you have to live that lifestyle. Like even if you want to be an artist, you have to live the artist lifestyle. You want to be a race car driver or anything like that, you have to live that lifestyle and be obsessed with it, because if you're not obsessed with it, it's going to feel like another job, another 9-to-5 job where you something you don't love. So my thing is like, if you're trying to get into something in like the, as we'll say, the less traveled road or the not common path, and you want to do something, be obsessed with it. Because if you're not obsessed with it, it's going to feel like a job to you. And not being afraid to ask questions. Try not to think like you know it all, or anything like that, or not being afraid to like talk to somebody or anybody that has been in whatever you want to do. For like, you just can't be scared. It's like, what's the worst thing they say is no. Okay. Keep moving on and trying to figure out, but still be obsessed with it. Because if you're not obsessed with it, then what are you really doing here? Because now it's just going to feel like a job to you. Mm. So that's what I would say. You just can't be scared. Just do it and be obsessed with it, because if it's not, then it's not for you.
I love it, man. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew now. This is great. I'm like ready to run through a brick wall. I love this.
It's past your bedtime.
Yeah, no, this is great though, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to come in and share kind of your story. If people want to connect with you or kind of see your work or maybe book a tattoo session, where can they learn more about you?
You find me on Facebook, Jesse Drake, or you can find me on Instagram at jdrake89.
Very good. Very good. Well, thanks again for coming on. Appreciate
thanks
that.
for having me, man.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, you might have like a prototype link to the product or something. This will be a couple, like this won't come out for like 2 or 3 months. So
it'd be fine.
You might even have a way that people can buy it. So we'll put that in the description if that's available.
Yeah.
So.
I would hope.
Sure.
Especially if it took me this long just to even get this far.
Sure. So yeah, once we get that out, we'll put that in the link for people listening too. But if you guys made it this far on the show, you guys know what to do. Make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, so we can finally make money from the show for the last 3 years of doing this, talking to ourselves, but it's been a great ride so far. Make sure to also check us out on social media. We share clips every single day from our last 108 episodes that are totally free for you guys every single Monday. So if you're not following us on social media, check us out there. But until next Monday, my name is Ryan Snaadt, it rhymes with odd, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you so much for watching yet another episode of the Rhymes with Odd podcast. We really do appreciate your support. If you could give us a 5-star review on Apple iTunes, that makes a world of difference, guys. Also, if you're tuning in on YouTube or Spotify, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another episode, and check us out on social media. Also, if you'd like to inquire more about our services here at Snaadt Media Group or learn about doing your own podcast for your own business, you can find us at snaadmedia.com. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.